Welcome to Real Talk with Glen and Mike, the show that gives you real, raw, and unfiltered conversations with your favorite African thought leaders and trendsetters.
Waking up and get the money, man. Still praying, still believing, still fast, but when I say I gotta change the school last time, mom, and the good talk on the boys, it's because I'm this good bass and this good talk was joy. Had to leave it, no, and this could happen the joys. No, and this could happen the joy. But now, put your coat over and think about it. Let my drugs take you in, but they love you. I'm so over the simple time. I find out no more to me, right? I find out no more around the time. I'm a pan and no more in the size. Pedro Kune and Pedro, she no fire off. I'm a stranger to myself now. I know the whiskey is a danger to my health now, but I think I'm healed by it. Mama, I was fat this boy. There's no kind of I'm not kidding though. Baba took a third wife, 31 day post. People just they keep saying that I'm being sure. It's just they keep saying that the Lord is alive, but I ain't sure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Mike and Glen. Today we've got Holy 10 in the building. Holy 10, how are you doing, bro?
I'm all right. How are you guys doing?
We're great. Thank you for gracing us, leader of the youth. Tell us, why do you call yourself the leader of the youth?
I don't call myself the leader of the youth. I am the leader of the youth.
Who gave you the title, Holy 10?
I have a responsibility. It's only now that I've realized that I have a message that I carry, and the message is split. It's 1,000 true stories that I carry from a lot of places. I represent a lot of people. I speak for so many people, so I am the leader of the youth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bro, you're riding on a wave, a huge wave. It's been a long time coming, or you knew it was going to come?
Well, for me, it's always been about outreach. So for 5 people, it was okay. 50 people, it was okay. I was content with whatever was happening.
I want to treat you at the 60K views, bro.
Huh?
I want to treat you at the 60K views. 60K views
yes.
in 2 days. Isn't it 2 days, is it?
Yeah, we are grateful.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. I am curious though, Holy 10. You touched on the fact that you're here to speak for the people, to speak for the youth, right?
Yes.
What motivated you to be the person who stands out? Because I've listened to your music and the message is hella strong, bro. You're talking about real realities that people go through on a day-to-day basis. So what made you want to be the person to stand up and take that post?
For me, music was that comfortable chair that I could sit in whilst delivering a message. For me, it's always been about being my brother's keeper. I'm concerned about what he's going through, what she's going through. I have a heart. So music has been that way I could deliver that message that I have a heart, I care about someone. So I look at them, I observe what's happening in the society now. It could be drugs, it could be prostitution. I write about it, I report it. So I take that pain. That's the motivation. I care about people.
You spoke about observing, and one of my favorite tracks you've done is Observe. Man, that track slaps. And I don't know what you're thinking in your mind when you came up with the lyrics, bro, but I could see visuals. I don't know if you have a video for that yet, but I could see videos. I could see, someone, a woman, a vendor in the street getting AK-47. When did you write that, and how did you come to writing that song? What pushed you to do that?
That was 2018, around October. I do have visuals for the song. You know what I usually do with the visuals? Mm-hmm. The motto that I use, I'll be very open about that. Being an artist, especially an upcoming artist here in Zimbabwe, the resources are not going to be there. So you have to be resourceful, even when you don't have the resources. So what we usually do, we design our concepts like this. The music video will be plain. The storyline will be plain, but it will be mentally engaging, mentally provoking. You're going to think you're going to play the rest of the story. I have a video for Observe. We're just in a building. There's a pastor there. There's me. There's hand gestures. There's a caution tape. So when you see all that, then you see that vendor in your head. That's what I usually do. So what was in my mind when I was writing that song? I was at a point where I was in Cyprus, still doing my law degree. Things were kind of shaky back home, the support system and everything, economic downfalls and everything. And the situation also in the country was bad, and it was almost directly relating to the reason why I was shaken. So I just wrote about it, same as Yolando, like I always say.
So is your music, because you based on what you're saying, it sounds like your music is a reflection of your reality. A lot of people tend to turn to music as, when I think of everybody that's charting, not just in Zimbabwe, but across the world, a lot of the music is about turn up. But here you are coming up with conscious stuff, real stuff, talking about Ndaremerwa, like talking about stuff that's really people really going through. Do you think there's space for that kind of music in Zimbabwean entertainment?
Yeah, there is. I think that's all the space. That's all the space we have. It's only for that kind of music, because we are waking up to so many realities every day. So much is happening that's just drawing us closer to the reality that everything is not as okay as we pretend it is.
Holly, when I'm looking at you, Dara, there's a smile in you, there's a bounce in you, Dara. Bounce. How do you feel right now to be the man of the moment? And I'll say this, before you came to this show, we had Asaf here. We asked Asaf, bro, if you had to vote for somebody who's popping in the streets, who would that be? He said, Holly, to be quite frank with you, I wasn't listening to you then. I didn't know you. A few days later, a friend of mine sent me a message on WhatsApp. Is like, because I'm always looking for music, great music. My friend was like, listen to Holly Ted. I went on Apple Music, and the first track I got there was Amai. Bro, my mom passed away. My mom was like my support structure. I listened to that song. It's been on repeat forever and ever and ever. Then after that, I went to a new album. Colleen and all that. But all I'm saying is, when I talk to you right now, when I see your face, I can tell, bro. I can tell that there's a bounce in you. There's a happiness in you. Tell us. Get us into that space. How does it feel to be the man of the moment? To be Holly Ted?
I'll be honest, to be honest. It feels, it's electric, but for me, it's normal. I'm getting these questions even from people that are so close to me, like, okay, how does it feel? How you feeling? Like sometimes I just walk around and people just spot me in odd places, and motor, someone is just walking. How can you see me? People start screaming, people start asking for pictures. It's nice. I get it. It's the hype. I feel like TMZ is around and everything. But for me, it's the reaction. It's the reaction to a movement that I've started. It's confirmation for me that there's attention, because for me, it's not about the charts. The charts don't matter to me. For me, I'm here to move a message. I'm here to lead the youth. There's a mindset that we have to recreate. Because, when you read about Tupac and all these other hip-hop legends, some of those people ended up being pursued by the CIA because of the impact that music can have even on the youth of today. So I have a strategy. I am a messenger. I will use music. I will report. At some point, I will reprimand. At some point, I will command. Whatever happens, I'm here for the message.
Bro, that's deep. Report, reprimand, command. In Observe, you reprimanded. In Amai, you spoke. You moved hearts. You spoke to people in situations. I don't know if that is a situation you are in, because a lot of your music speaks about your mother, you speak about Mukudze, and I feel like these are things that are about you. So you also move and touch hearts. In Ndaremerwa, I feel like you're also speaking to the youth and giving comfort. You haven't spoken about that aspect of you. But in the latest song, bro, what's gesture? Gesture. Gesture.
Gesture. Well, like I said, when we started the meeting, I like to keep it open-minded. Usually when someone asks me, I say envision. What do you think it means? But okay, for gesture, let me break it down. A gesture, if I do something, that's a gesture, right? If I do something for you, that's a gesture. It could be a kind gesture or a terrible gesture. If I give you money, that's a gesture. So sometimes he's probably just gonna wink at her. But now she's unstable. Anyanya kunakwani gesture, you know. Now she's crossing the line for my gestures, my digi. So that's it.
The vision I have here is very interesting. So in this circumstance, and this is for you as the artist to confirm, this is to someone who, for him, that gesture means nothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking blessed culture here, right?
Yes, we are.
Interesting. I like that. I want to pull you back to your moment, your message, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like that, personally speaking, because when I listen to some of your music, not only did I relate, but I also understand because I work with a lot of youth. And so that's one thing that made me go, holy smoke, this kid is fire. And the message he's talking about is a real reality that a lot of people are going through. What is your long term? What do you want to do with this music? Is it just about spreading the message and raising awareness, or is it about bringing about a real change?
For me, it's about bringing a real change, a comfortable change. I don't want any pressure. I've already broken some cycles by being a musician who is this smart. I'm not trying to boast or anything like that, but I'm supposed to be in court. I've already broken the cycle. I want to be comfortable whilst moving a message. You know, I could be a pop star I could do politics in music. I don't mean that to put myself to make myself a target or anything like that. I'm just talking about how I want to influence ideas, mindsets, be inventive. Shakespeare.
That's dope.
Dude, so there's this clear thing, you know. I know you're trying to be modest, but you've told us about your experience in Cyprus as a law student. You've just mentioned it now.
Yes.
So political and social commentary is your thing. You're smart. We can tell. I mean, even in your music, anybody can tell that there goes a nigga who's conscious. And you don't and stuff like that. Your music speaks, like we said before. But besides the music, what else makes you Holly, the guy you are? So if you talk about Tupac, for example, Tupac drew inspiration from Harlem, from the culture. What is your culture? We didn't get you to the up of north of Samora, down of Samora. What exactly is your culture that influences, the consciousness in your music?
Okay. The consciousness in my music comes from the balance. The balance. I'll say that. You can even hear it in my music. The way I could switch from Shona to the English, there is a balance there. I could ride right in between. And it's because I've been exposed to pretty much every situation. I've been to the ghetto. I've been to the uptown. I could really sit here and talk about all this English and Shakespeare and everything. And then go to the ghetto youth right in the deep, right in the DM, you'd be like, is this the same guy we were with? You know, I know that belief. So for me, it's about being comfortable wherever you are, being able to fit in comfortably. Like the message that I was saying that I'm trying to spread. Being you wherever you are, whether you go to the ghetto or whether you go to the uptown, there's no boundary for me. Not anymore. I used to.
Whiskey, because whiskey is mentioned a lot in your music.
Oh yeah, during the Colleen days, suicide notes and everything.
But Mava Mata Magava Marcia. All right, what inspired you stopping drinking?
Well, I go to the gym now. I'm sure you've seen the pictures. So you're trying to balance on the immune system and everything. But it's nothing serious. I have nothing against alcohol.
Colleen, my baby, I'm not mention I'm a crash na boyti.
Big time.
Kopokelo.
Biggest time. I'll be honest about that. I'm not about to come here and lie.
it's Holy Ted making a move here.
And for Kelos watching this, just know your boy is coming after you. But with the star status you have, these people are within reach now. Not just yet. How does it feel to know? Because I saw you tweeting that there's a South African station that played you. You can always roll by like, hey boy T, I'm Holy Ted, Zimbabwe's baddest rapper.
I was thinking about it the other day, to be honest.
And
yeah, then I got caught up in the message because I had to observe another sad story, then write about it.
Can I put it at you for a bit? Bro, Makunzi Holy Ted. I'm Rupisa in going back to DM kwa Pokelo. Not better bullshit.
And say what's good.
It's not better. Kan motanga and una Pokelo anokuzia kuti kuna Holy Ted right now. Now I would want to see the results. I just hit, bro. Shoot. If you die, you die.
Yeah. Die. Why not? I'll just sing another side song.
But do you have someone in your life?
Do I?
Do you have a girl in your life? Quite my crush.
Oh,
no. Huge celebrity crush.
Nah, I don't. I do have a catalog though, a label on WhatsApp, like a group of women in my life, but I don't have it.
Oh, so they're just there to play different roles in your life.
Yeah, we talk. I mean, we talk a lot. Sometimes, yeah. It balances the universe. You know, keeps my mind.
I love this guy.
I have massive respect for you from now on. Okay, all right. You know what? I forgot the next question I wanted to ask. Have you ever heard when I explain that you really like this as a balance?
I didn't.
It balances. Bro, I tell you quite frank. Yeah.
Let me repeat myself before the next question.
Before you go, I've thought of my next question, bro. Chillers, you see me and Mike are loud. Look at the way we laugh and the way you laugh. You're just like,
yeah, you say composed.
One.
Yeah, like I said, if I were to be taken as I said it, like I have a whole catalog of women. By now, with all this wave, there could have been that faint talk about it. I mean, drama, but it's not like that. When I say that I have a group of women that I have in my life, I'm talking about, I know that families in the streets. I hear stories, I report. Jolene is a real person. Sometimes we take real stories. Sometimes we're inspired. I mean, I can't tell anyone's story if I don't keep them around. So sometimes I need holes around me. Sometimes I need... You know what it is to tell the story.
You know what it is. All right.
I think Holy Ted's my new favorite rapper.
He already was, to be quite frank, and I don't mean that as an offense to anybody out there, but I plug into your music like that consciously, like the same way I plug into J. Cole. Only difference is I relate more to you. Actually, that reminds me, you have a track that sounds like something J. Cole did. The instrumental, not the lyrics or anything. Is J. Cole one of your inspiration?
Oh, J. Cole, yes. J. Cole, especially with the storytelling. Because for me, with rap, it's about storytelling. You can get your story through, but then more about delivery. That's why I would then move away from J. Cole a bit and move further to Pretty Ugly or to A-Reese as far as delivery is concerned.
Okay.
But for the storyline, I'm with J. Cole. Yeah, that's that deep.
How do people feel about you telling their stories through your music?
That's how the title Leader of the Youth came after I saw the reaction. People love it. People are with me. People now tell me, they come to my DMs. I have a lot of kids that even call me and they're like, I'm going through this and this and this. And sometimes I'm even giving advice. I'm out here playing mentor. And I like it. If I have the wisdom, I'll share it. So, yes.
How old are you?
People love it. I'm 21.
Dara, you're too deep.
You're 21 and he's speaking like he had OG status. Talk your talk, Oli. Talk your talk, Obi. That's dope. That is so dope.
Wait,
leader
so you're 21 and you were in Cyprus. When were you in Cyprus?
I was in Cyprus from 17 to 19. Yeah.
Oh, great, man. To be quite fair, I feel like, yeah, you know, I went to Mazoe Boys. Like Mazoe Boys in Inganika tag Mazoe High School actually. But tagline, our school motto was for minds ahead of their time. That's you right now. To be quite honest, I wouldn't have put you at 21.
Yeah.
Not only
you wouldn't have what?
I wouldn't have put you at 21. Not only the words you speak, but the way you carry yourself, you know, the way you're grounded. You can tell how grounded a person is from the way they answer, the way they carry themselves. Like you carry yourself like a real OG, bro. Real OG. And I like that clarity. Anyway, before Mike asks his question, I wanted to ask that, you know how it is for a lot of guys, and for anybody anyway, both female and male, how you have friends that carry you. Like, for example, whenever I want to do something, I run it by Mike. Bro, I want to do this. And I told him scans go foot in Dr. Bata Mike. I want to do
I know them scans.
Yeah, hold up, bro. He's being real with us, gonna be real with him. Yeah. So Mike, I've thought that was like then Mike is like, I'm bored. He talk about site. Now with you, who are those people? Hope we didn't lose it. Yeah.
So sorry about the light.
No,
Undertakers here. Well, I used to be the only person in my life as far as consultation and decision making is concerned, but now, now I ask a lot. Sometimes I don't ask, but I observe. Sometimes I just listen to your ideas, and I have Brandon for that. When I want to ask him about art, and I have JT Zim when I want to ask about production. And then sometimes I want to ask about general issue. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I want to ask about general life issues. I have some people that I call sometimes at 3 a.m., sometimes at 2 a.m., and we just talk about life, and I just listen. Sometimes to understand, to keep in mind, and not to forget that you're an ordinary person. You have to talk to the most ordinary people out there. So I still do that.
What's the future for you? What are you looking forward to? Like now, I feel like you've claimed your place in Zimbabwe among the greats. Currently, the current hip hop greats. What's the future? What are you looking forward to?
I free myself. I free my people. That's the reason why I always mention that the song Ndaremerwa is a personal song. I made it personal. You gotta make it personal. So I free myself. I free my people. My future. I go to the Grammys. I take the next level. I become a brand ambassador. I become a husband. I become a king. I take it over. I own a throne. I go wherever I gotta go because I gotta free myself. So
and free your people.
Yeah. And everything.
I love the passion, man. The passion.
Yeah, I'm feeling this kid's vibe. Leader of the new school. As we wrap up here, Holy 10. What message do you have for the youth? They've got Ndaremerwa, they've got Amai, they've got all these different clips. But what holistic message do you want to leave for, especially everybody that's going to be paying attention right now?
The message that I'm here to leave is don't be hostile towards anything but yourself. You are in control. You create your own atmosphere. You create your own space to be happy. If you know that certain things upset you, you avoid them. That's the only way to do it. So it means you're in control. You're in charge of everything. So I tell people, like I was telling you, I report first. You have to stay conscious. You have to stay alert because a lot of people forget that this is actually painful, that this is actually not normal, anything that's here. And then you hear words grind over pressure. Those are reminders. I'm here to remind the youth that it's about you. It's about what you do. We could believe in all this collective action, but it's about you. What are you going to say? What are you going to do?
Yo, man, you know what? To be quite honest, I wish we had more time with you. This is probably one of the best for me.
It's the deepest. I love that.
It's funny how it swings from being deep to being casual to bringing us to understand your mind. And I must say, and I hope you maintain this authentic you are authentic. There's this thing about you that you're not trying to be Mr. Goody. I'll give you who I am, and it's up to you to take it. That's how I interpret it, and I think that's how you live your life. And I'm just going to pass this to you because you've been on our platform. I hope, man, you maintain that consciousness, and I hope that, that passion. Because when you started speaking, there's a point where I felt like I was in church when I asked you, what's the future? Like I take the Grammys, I'm king, I own it. Man, you know, kind of thing that you want to listen to. I don't know if you know, Mike, the guy from the States.
Hold up. I feel like I have to say this because it's going to get out anyway.
Mm-hmm.
What up?
I used to preach like big time.
Oh, no.
I could tell.
At 15 years old, I was preaching. People don't know that. Niggas don't know that. Because you know what? Let me just bundle it up because I've been writing a book, writing a speech and everything. You know what's actually a bit dangerous about me? There was a time, I say that with so much confidence. You know what? If I don't believe in myself, I don't expect you to believe in me. So I don't want anyone to say, guys, do you know that Holy Ten is dangerous? No, I have to acknowledge that I am. What makes me dangerous is because there was a time when I was writing songs where I was trying to make it in this industry. There's a time when I was trying to reach out to people that are influential. And at that time, I was rejected. I mean, sometimes you get posted by people who don't remember that you've tried to reach out to them. And it's cool because I'm mature and everything. It's all right. But during that time when I was being ignored, I was working on other things. People don't know that I have accents that I've been practicing, that I haven't started putting on songs. I have songs that I've planned for 2020.
Oh man, I hope we haven't lost him. I hope.
Yo.
It's in that time where people, so that's just a brief. Yeah.
Sorry, you say you have songs you've planned for what? We lost you for a bit there. For 2000 and what?
2022.
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay.
Can I tell you something that's funny? I had a very funny moment a few days ago. I've DM'd some people, and we've asked them. I literally went to ask them to be on this show. And they acted important. It's okay. I understand people have different stations, and some will tell you, I'll put you in touch with someone so that you can talk to me. Then someone will talk to someone, and I understand, it's people, telling you that they are somewhere you are not. And they're telling you that you just can't access me, panic protocols that you have to follow. And a few days ago, there is this job that I'm looking to get into, and I was thinking, but if I get this job, a few moments later, these people come to me and ask me for some kind of partnerships. And I heard you saying that, you've been ghosted by people, who now come out to reach you, and they forget that at some point you reached out to them. So that's a person I'll take away from this interview, to remember that I am dangerous, and it doesn't matter. You ghost me today, following day you're going to be DMing me, asking for a gig. But anyway, let's round it off and get into the 5 fingers of death. 5 fingers of death runs like this. I ask you a question, you answer it. Don't try to be too deep about it. If you can be deep in a second, it's all right. Guys, please, I ask you answer. All right, question number 1. Who is your biggest role model ever? Who do you look up to?
Hey, Reese.
Question number 2, what is love?
Love is an expression.
What does God mean to you? Number 3.
Sorry, I didn't get it.
What does God mean to you?
God means the shadow of my feelings, everything that I can't put in front of me.
Whoa, question number 4. Who is the most beautiful woman in the world to you?
That would be Colleen.
Dead and alive.
Hey, Colleen. Shout out to Colleen for that one, man.
I'll ask you the last question, number 5. I can tell you're deep, and obviously you read. What's the best book you've ever read that you'd want everyone to read?
The what?
The best book that you've ever read and that you would recommend everyone else to read.
the Bible. I'll be honest.
That's it. That's a wrap from me. I'll leave Mike to do the closing. But bro, it's been a pleasure having you here. I want to be your friend if that's possible. Way younger than me, but I want to be your friend. The depth, the passion, it's irresistible. It's contagious, and we can feel that.
If you can handle some of the things that we do, I mean, I'm in a dark room here to meditate for 4 hours. Can you do that? As friendship goes.
We'll talk about that on WhatsApp. I'll text you. Mike, run it over, man.
Hey man. Shout out to you, Holy 10, for joining us. I find it really intriguing. Even some of your responses when I'm listening to you, I didn't see that coming when you said, you know, the person you look up to is Aries. That's really like, wow. I find that really intriguing, that not only do you look at someone within your age gap, but you also look at someone who you look up to and say, what have they been able to accomplish? And I find that really intriguing. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you were tuned in to episode 6 of Real Talk with Glen and Mike. Shout out to Holy 10 for joining us, the leader of the new school. You can OG if you ask me, but hey, that's for you guys to decide. Shout out to Holy 10 for joining us. I go by the name of Mike Horvath. You are tuned into episode 6 of Real Talk with Glen and Mike. Peace.
Hey. All right, I'm just gonna have this play out to the end. Yeah, it is. I'm just going to run it for like 3.